have the tools, systems, and training that I needed. But I could forgive that if those were people, you know. So I think part of being a good leader is, and we had this conversation, Addison, where I said if I had a superpower, it would be to just know everything. So I think first you have to realize that you can't do everything. You have to be able to find the right people. And so when you start putting together your team, you're looking for the tools to implement the systems, and the training comes from the top, to get, so it's really an organism. And whether you're talking about a sports team or a corporate team, it is a team. You've got specific people that are there to have specific ownership of their piece of the puzzle. So and I think that the mindset is that taking ownership of whatever piece is yours, caring, you can tell it doesn't care. And it's about taking ownership and having full responsibility for your puzzle. Yeah. And I don't think you have to be bossy or assertive. I think you just have to have a really good understanding of which puzzle piece you are. I think when there's conflicts, interpersonal conflicts, it's because there's a breakdown in expectations. If everybody has really clear expectations, then everything is measurable. But if everybody's fuzzy, everybody gets pissed,
And happiness goes right out of the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so Willa, Deanna, and Nancy, do you agree?
I totally agree. I am in agreement. It's like when Alex was talking, I'm aging myself. I was thinking about the group, the band, Cool in the Game. Did we ever figure out who was cool? I never knew who cool was, but as a leader, huh?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Yeah, it's like who's cool, and but as a leader, that person was part of the group.
Yep.
Okay, Nancy, you look like you're thinking.
They're another puzzle piece, but they have the blueprint.
I
was just thinking about leadership in terms of what do we bring to the table in terms of leadership. And I think what's a common thread is the feminine energy that surrounds this plant. And I think that's what's binding a lot of us women together. And we are growing. We are part of so many forums and discussions and podcasts and meetups and Slack. We're on School. We're on, all the major social medias talk. And this common thread of talking to women who want to connect, not at the exclusion of men, but specifically because women are reaching out to one another. That's what I'm finding.
Yeah.
And also medically, some of the conditions, are female conditions, and they're finding support with each other in support groups. They're building, what works for you, but they also are a team that, has built themselves up in every category.
So Angela, when you used the term puzzle piece, So what I have found in working with groups of women, and I'm involved in a nonprofit with a group of women, they're all leaders. And this is a problem because they're all leaders. And I found that in my past experiences that because I have been so blessed, I've always worked with women, and rarely have I worked with men. So I have found in my past experiences that when that situation happened, it would, after about the first meeting, back in the day when people did that in person, there would be, people would assume certain roles. It's like one person, it was like an agreement that this one person would be the leader. And no one else tried to be a leader, not even me, the control freak. You know, we all found our little niche of where we were in that. And I think it is that puzzle piece. You know, we came together, work as a team to uh, you know, move forward with the goal. And this was always in the nonprofit sector, organizing nonprofit events and such. And I think that's really important. And this has been so enlightening and
Yeah,
change.
it ties back to what Alex was saying too, that women just intuitively will look for the problem and fix it, right?
Oh, we
Um,
do.
yeah, so I think that there's just a more natural inclination to have the attention to detail, spot problems, inefficiencies, and take ownership to fix it. You know, and so, I think when you get into a big group of women, each one of them kind of assesses where they can fill a hole or a gap. You know, I will even subconsciously identify where the gaps are and go there to fill it.
You know, so I'm all about moving women forward on the economic level and also coming together to make real change. So, is the direction to go with the think tanks, is the direction to stick with talking about leadership, or do or is marches, is should that be about building teams, or does there need to be two different think tanks, one on leadership and one on team building? Because they do seem to be the same thing. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? What do you
I
think is the?
I think you should naturally progress. The next one should be teams, because we've been talking about leadership right now, and just the conversation is going to teams because they go hand in hand. So
Yes,
maybe
Mhm.
talk about teams in that aspect and where the conversation will go to that, and just let it naturally progress to the
I
next time.
agree.
Hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, me too. I do agree that it definitely goes hand in hand. That there is no team without a leader, and there's no leader without a team.
Hmm.
You can't
Very
do
good
one
point.
without the other. So I think it is important. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree 100%. You can't have one without the other. You can't.
Yep.
because now you're just following yourself. It's your shadow.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, Deanna, what do you think? Or do we need to talk about team building teams on? Do we need to moving forward? Eh, do I need to uh, gear
Think
the?
tank or leadership or leadership?
Yeah, okay. Which is more important, leadership or teamwork?
Leadership or teamwork? No, I would say I agree with everyone there. I think they go hand in hand. You need one, you can't have one without the other.
Definitely.
So my suggestion would be to just call it something different. call it. What was the
Collaboration.
The
team
team,
captain? Team
the
captain.
Team
Oh, yeah.
captain, yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yep. That's always how I felt. It is more of a team captain versus a leader. And I think that's just because of a lot of like, at least for me, when I think about leaders, I think about like politics automatically, which is, kind of a negative connotation. So, in that sense, I do think team captain is better. You have a team, you're supposed to be doing that. And I think leadership is
Or the project manager.
right.
Now, I prefer the term. I prefer leadership. For me, it's a leadership versus boss.
Hmm.
And boss to me is a negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
Where as a leader, you're leading people, and for me, I'm leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the connotation of boss makes leadership the much better word.
Definitely. Yeah. Comparing the two of those, that's a no-brainer, I would hope.
Yeah, and to me that makes leadership a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think the topic for next month's think tank. Oh, and I don't want to scare you. You're not obligated to be on the next think tank. I mean, it's this is just a one-off here. So don't get don't freak out now. You have those options. But I think the topic for the next one should be leader or team captain.
Okay.
Because that's the direction this seems to be, has gone in and is closing in.
Okay.
Now, we have this platform. What would okay, I'll give you a minute to think about this. What would you like to say as we end this? What is that one message you want to send out there to other women in the cannabis industry or other women in general? And okay, so think about that. And I think Katie has an answer.
I do.
Yeah, Alex. Okay.
Alex
Alex.
can definitely go first.
For me, I'll keep it simple. The gift has been given. It's up to you to use it.
Oh,
I love that.
I'll go.
okay.
I think that in piggybacking off Alex, take the gifts, take whatever intuitive things we have in terms of whatever space we're in the cannabis space, and go with it. Stay true to yourself, believe in yourself, keep
Mhm.
going, and definitely forums like this.
Yep.
Okay, Katie.
Mine was going to be kind of a combination of both, so I'll try to be a little bit more unique. But I do think, at least for me, find what a leader means to you and make that something that you're comfortable doing. Don't let anybody tell you what that has to mean for you, because there are a lot of different ways that can be interpreted. So that would be my advice to anyone looking to get into that type of a role.
Okay, Liz, you look like you've got an answer.
Yes, do not let anybody tell you no.
All right, that was my answer.
I'm sorry. Don't let
That was gonna be
anybody
my-
stop you. You have no idea what you're capable of, and you are amazing.
Angela, what would you say?
I think leadership is a learned behavior. And I think that it's not just a trait, it's a process of influencing the people that you're working with, and that you can develop clarity in your role and take ownership of what that is. You don't have to let anyone else define you. Your role is not a job title. So take ownership of a process or an idea or a concept and be the person that sees the problems before they happen and charts the course ahead and see how much you can influence others.
So, Deanna, did you want to elaborate on the no?
No, but
Oh, Addison, don't let her tell you that.
I would say, keep moving forward, persevere, and really what's also very important is have some fun doing it. Really enjoy what you're doing. So, Nancy and I, we promised ourselves we were always going to have fun. And we are. We're still laughing and we're still sidestepping and pivoting and doing all of those things, but we're having fun in between and we really enjoy what we're doing.
Good.
And what is your answer, Nancy? Or are you just going to co-sign on hers?
No, I was thinking about going back to that concept of mindset and just really encouraging women to, embrace the mindset of whatever it is you are focusing on in this industry and go forward. And perhaps the armor we need is a sword of leadership and an armor of teamwork as we go forth. How's that? I don't know.
That is good.
That was impressive.
That imagery came from me, to me.
Well,
go ahead.
Go on.
No,
No, continue.
no, go ahead. I'm going to ramble, so I don't want to do that.
Well, in all of this, there really is a unity of or should I say, everyone seems to be on the same page. And, you all come from different aspects of this, and you're even in different states, and yet the message that you're sending is consistent. And this truly have so much hope for how the cannabis industry is going to evolve in relationships to the women in it. And I think we're really off to a very good start. And I was going to say 2026 is going to be a very good year. But then again, I flashed on where we are with the economy and such. So in some aspects, it's not going to be. But what we can do in our little bubble in the cannabis industry and with our sisterhood is really support each other, work together, and really create our own, and we already are, we're creating our own economy within the industry. And our strength is in unity. And, that is what I think the message is in general. And we are all leaders. Well, on most days. Yeah, it is Friday. So I'm going, on most days we are, except for Fridays. So this has been great. Where did we just lost Willa here? Let me try to get her back on screen.
You got me back. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
You were backstage again, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Find anything good?
You know what happens in the back.
Yeah.
I do know what happens